All right, hello, my name is Lori Bunnykins, and welcome to my submission video for Shredoka Magical Girl Skateboarding. Shredoka is a game jam game made by Marko Popovic, the developer of Metrogravity, which if I'm submitting this to an event, I'm probably also submitting Metrogravity, and was made for the Metroidvania Month X Magical Girl Game Jam. So it's a really cool 3D kind of physics movement Metroidvania that is a lot of fun to run. So I'm going to take down the content warning here and press new game. Time actually does not start until after this cutscene. It starts when I make my first input, like in gameplay, my first movement. So we get to watch this cutscene kind of just as is. We play as Shredoka, transferring to a new school, who witnesses her longtime friend Erkemi and tries to stop her. Coming in the end of the cutscene, we're going to get put into gameplay. Time will start when I do my first movement, like I said, in 3. Hello? There we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So, like I said, Shredoka, you play as, well, Shredoka, on a skateboard. You cannot get off the skateboard, so everything you do is with the momentum of being on a skateboard. Very first thing we do is get the kickflip. So this game has a very focused trick system. Pretty much, you can get up to 4 flips and 4 grabs. Each one can be performed by holding down the specific button. For flips, it's right bumper. For grabs, it's left. And holding the left stick in the direction of the corresponding trick. The tricks actually don't have much difference between them, but they all have their own symbol, and you need to use that to open specific doors. So, like, this is a kickflip symbol, so I need to kickflip there to start this timer challenge. There are a few, like, actual upgrade items that change things and give me new abilities, but the main difference between the trick is just, you know, what it opens and the directions you hold to do it. For now, though, you're also seeing me boost a lot, especially from these, like, sparks in the time trial challenge. Boosting is a really big mechanic in this game. Pretty much, you can spend 300 style to add a multiplier to your speed. And the important thing about boosting, actually, is unlike a lot of other games where, you know, you would maybe boost to get a lot of speed, and then try and use your normal movement to maintain it as best as possible. This game actually does not have a speed cap at all, and the boost is just a multiplier to your already existing speed. So it's much better, actually, to try and build up speed on your own so that the boost increases your speed even more than just, like, raw boost from a slow movement, because then you're, like, it won't even go that much faster. So now we're in the Tower of Doubts. I got the tail grab, so I can now use this blue, like, sigil to start timer challenges. And I'm going to make my way over here. That one was a little scary. Thankfully, these, like, sigil rings give you maximum boost, while the sparks from the timer challenge give you 100. So, like, I can do that thing I did if I don't make the jump, if I don't grab the, the blue ring on my jump there at the start, I can just, like, do what I did where I go back for it. But after I grab the skateboard of retribution here, I'm going to save and quit. So, saving and quitting in this game works pretty generously. You do keep any items that you collected as soon as you save and quit, but you do get sent back to your last physical checkpoint, which for us is still the start of the game. So you're allowed to use that to kind of map warp if you're manipulating your saves a bit, which is nice. Because it just makes some navigation easier for the run. So we warp back to this area. We go to a blue door behind the starting area. I was in trick stance when I bumped into a wall there, which is why I ate the dirt. But it's fine. I'm taking this like little detour to push the levers in this area. We actually don't have the trick required to push the last lever in this area, but we'll come back here later with it, and it'll be really easy to just do it. And it's a really good item, so having it like set up for us pretty much is really nice. For now, though, we are using the Board of Retribution. It's kind of like just like a Sonic homing attack type thing, pretty much. The homing attack does require 200 style to use, but if we using a homing attack on a lot of static targets, like these like floating base guys that don't do anything, it does give you that that style back. So you can keep spending that 200 style. So we use it to grab the Shove It, which is just another flip trick here. And then we're going to make our way over to... We start in the Palace of Despair here, and we've been to now the Tower of Doubt and the Pit of Mistakes. So now we're going to head to the last of the 4 major areas in this run, the Sea of Sorrow. And the Sea of Sorrow is a very, very major area in this run. Sea of Sadness, my bad, sorry. Please make it, thank you. I almost didn't. So the Sea of Sadness, it's just kind of, there's kind of just really good connections here that make us use it a lot. But the first thing we are going to do is make our way through this area I'm in right now. Once we make it through this timer challenge, we can get access to our next trick that's pretty important for the run. I would say in terms of Metroidvania exploration, this game is fairly narrow for the order you're supposed to do things. Heck, if you can see like the item silhouettes on the top right, you can see like there actually is like you are supposed to grab everything right to left in like the intended route. Even still, there are some like shakeups you can do, and the route I take in this run is a little bit silly, but I'm still grabbing those items in that order. But any shakeup that does exist, I would say the game can be fairly linear route-wise until we get the next item we're gonna get. The second of the 4 items. From there, you can kind of tackle the rest of the game in any order you can, like, do things in. But for now, I did not make it onto the guy. Dang it. This can be one of the most annoying, like, tunnels in the game, pretty much. That should be good. Perfect. And we're out of this area with the melon grab. So now we're kind of going to the big save point of the run. There's a save point right here. I'm going to homing attack it, and it's going to save. You can also save by just jumping in the fountain pool, but we can keep our speed by doing it over the top. And sure enough, we definitely want to keep our speed going up this hill area here. These enemies are actually like working this time as opposed to the first enemies I saw. So there's that. And I would usually like to have a boost entering this area because these mistake enemies can be brutal, but it's fine. Yeah, okay, so they're gonna start getting me. They just like sit on top of you during your iframes, and you have to have something ready to get out of there. This section of the run, though, this visit to the Pit of Darkness, is genuinely one of the hardest parts of the run. I just did the wrong trick, unfortunate. So I'm going to just press the Y button here, which, very thankfully, this game is nice in a timer challenge, that you can just press the Y button to go next. But yeah, no, now we're at the point we have 4 of the game's 8 tricks. There is a trick for every direction when pressing both right and left bumper, and it can definitely start to, like, get confusing. Like, when you have to do multiple tricks in one time trial in quick succession. It's very easy to just flub and lose time. I really don't want to get hit by the laser there. It's really easy to just flub and lose time by doing the wrong trick. Thankfully, I made it out of there. That is actually, like, one of the most annoying hits in the game, in my opinion. Hitting that switch and getting out of it without, like, getting stuck. Because this game will try to respawn you if you fall down a pit on just, like, any flat surface you landed on. It's very easy to just kind of, like, get stuck on the little graded ramp that you use to get to the first switch there, and waste a lot of time having to just, like, charge the boost to get out. But we made it through the 2 trickier of the 3 switches we need to open here. This last one is just a timer challenge where there is an enemy stalking us, but these sorrows aren't that hard to deal with. They mainly just try to, like, you know, focus on your position. So if you're moving, like, not in a straight line, it's not that common that they'll attack you. There are some times where you're moving like this that even if you try and jump to avoid them, they'll still get you, but again, that's not gonna happen too much. Like, I'm gonna veer this way for this guy, but that's about it. And now we're getting into one more timer challenge before getting the next upgrade. The one that I mentioned opens up the game a fair bit. It is a very tricky challenge. If I land this jump, I'm very happy, but it's whatever. So this one, there's a lot going on. But I want to make sure the big thing I do is get all of the sparks on the first run up that wall, and then actually make it up here using the enemies, which I did, thankfully. Yay. So I'm going to jump off, grab this, head back over here, and try and get on the slower ring now. Thankfully, this is a timer trial that has a fairly generous timer. Some of these, like the one that I did at the start of this trip to the pit, have some pretty harsh timers, which is tricky because it suddenly means that, like, a 1-second mistake is like a 10-second mistake. But this one, thankfully, isn't anywhere as bad. So I can make my way up here, hopefully grab the Trucks of Perseverance on just that way up, perfect, and head out. So that is a really important item for the run. It lets us the ability to grind on rails. So you're going to see me make use of that pretty quickly in an area over here. But before I do that, I'm going to take a detour over to this place because I can do a timer trial where I do my 2 grabs that I have on this ramp and then the 2 flips that I have on the other ramp, just like that. And that will give me access to the impossible flip. It looks like this. It's pretty cool, honestly. But now we're going to make our way on this rail. We're going to kind of make our second trip to the Pit of Mistakes. Or the Tower of Doubt, sorry. We've already been to the Pit of Mistakes twice. Rail physics are a little interesting in this game because they try and copy your speed, and it puts you in a position where you can get a lot of speed on rails by just jumping off and on them if you, like, land your jump good. But there's an item we're going to get later that's going to help a lot with rail speed. For now, we are going to use our trip to the Tower of Doubt to grab our next trick of the run, which is pretty vital for getting the next major item of the run. It requires that we do these two, like, time trials in this rail grind section of the Tower of Doubt by using this, like, long rail that was at the beginning of the area. This first one isn't that bad. Honestly, the hardest part is, like, getting up the ramp to the time trial, like, start point itself. The second one is actually one of the harder time trials in the run, so hopefully once I make my way over here, I don't mess it up. I'm gonna make my way here. I'm gonna jump, boom. And as you can see, there's another red flip sigil here. I'm going to do it. And then this is one of the hardest ones. I have to use a bunch of boosts to try and get enough speed so that I can actually land the kickflip and make it up there. The much more important part of the time trial is making it up to this pillar. We will have enough time to go back for that kickflip, so I'm going to not worry about it and just focus on completing the time trial. So I'm gonna grab this, and then I'm gonna head over here. And, okay. Thanks, game. It's fine. I will definitely still have enough speed to just, like, boost, jump, go, off the half pipe. There we go. Okay, just barely. I would have been maybe very upset if that didn't actually work out. But now, we are going to fall into the puzzle hole here with the piercing nose grab and make our way out with a save and quit. And I'm not trying to go to the left here, but I kind of messed up my positioning a little bit while trying to build up the points to do a homing attack there. It worked out, though. We made it over, and now we can immediately use the piercing nose grab to start a time trial right here. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab the 5 sparks up here. I'm going to boost across this pit, do a flip, make sure I still have good speed to do a melon grab, like that. Do a tail grab. I did not grab the spark. There we go. And then, once I get this, I'm going to turn. I haven't really explained power sliding. It's just like a brake, pretty much. It's pretty good for making sharp turns when I'm moving really fast. But now we have another combat arena, but because I loaded my save, the combat arena is actually entirely frozen once again. So we're going to be able to just take these enemies on. This area would usually be our first fight against regrets, which are these like, statue enemies. Usually what they do is they, like, summon a hand. And I'm gonna try and go for a boost here. Okay, usually I would want to use this guy as the last enemy to boost my way. Like, homing attack, shoot my way into the area with the item over here. Maybe I can still do it off of this guy? I can. Cool. And that gets us the Wheels of Introspection. So the Wheels of Introspection are an item that there are, like, these invisible paths around the game that we haven't been able to see or use, and the Wheel of Introspection just gives us the ability to skate on those. So that's going to be really important as I make my way back through this tunnel to the Tower of Doubt. But we're actually going to switch up where we're going this time. Although I'm going to go the way I went the first time, I'm going to boost over to the right side here. I'm going to make sure I have the points to do a homing attack as soon as I get into the Pit of Mistakes, because I want to homing attack save point. we're actually switching what save point we're using for this part of the run. So, coming up now, we have 3 items, and our goal right now is to kind of get the last one and any trick that comes with it so that we can, you know, have everything to actually finish the game. So I choose this area to prioritize as soon as possible because this trick is going to require, or this trick is going to be required, rather, not like a speedrun trick, but just like a skateboard trick, to get the last collectible item, which is one of the strongest in the game. I could have, if I remembered to, but this is a route change I made recently, so I'm still not fully used to it. I could have done a save and quit as soon as I hit that save point, and it would have activated enemy freeze glitch, so I didn't actually have to do this fight like standardly. This fight isn't too bad. There are definitely some other fights that I really want to make sure I remember to save and quit for, but this is a fine one. The only problem in this fight is that there's a mistake, which is like the most annoying enemy in the game. Pretty much the center is the weak point with them, so if you want to hit them, you kind of have to like bait them like a bull and matador situation. And not only can they turn really fast, so that can be hard sometimes, but like you might have saw earlier when I was dealing with some mistakes in like a normal room, even where I didn't have to fight them, they just love to like camp your iframes and be really irritating about that. So there's a platform here. Usually I try and get boost so that I don't have to use that platform, but I didn't charge it properly. It's fine. I can still make my way over here. And so now we're back in this, like, Palace of Despair section that I was at the start of the game. You might recognize it as where I went to get where I went to go to the Pit of Mistakes to get the, shove it, so. You also might recognize it as the place at the start of the run where I spent the time to flip 2 switches, even though I didn't have access to the third one. The third one is the one hidden behind the purple trick we just got. The purple grab. So now that I have that, I can make my way up here. I usually try and use that, like, route with the gaps in it, but if I don't have the speed to make it over the first jump, I can't really do anything. And unfortunately, I didn't get good speed going into this upward sloped section, so it's fine. I'm going to grab the grip tape of determination here. And this is the item. This is, like, the item I'm most excited for. The grip tape of, determination pretty much just lets us raise our gravity by a lot in order to plummet to the ground faster. And it's a really good boost of speed, actually. Like, you fall fast. So combining that with, like, a ramp or something that we can carry our speed out of, suddenly the grip tape is, like, a meterless way to just go flying speed-wise. So we're going to use that to get back up here to the start game area, grab the first spark, the Spark of Hope. So those are the 4 things we need to collect to beat the game. And then we're going to make our way back to the standard entrance of the Sea of Sorrow. Gonna make sure I charge my points good. I'm going to try and set up to just boost jump across this whole pit, just like that. And then I want to make sure I have boost right here. So I'm going to just do a tiny bit of a trick to get 300. And then boost as I go up the ramp, and with the grip tape, that is more than enough speed to make it up there. Now, this is one of the few combat encounters that even with, like, the save and quit glitch, it's just because of the routing, not easy to use that here. So, this is one of the only ones that you would actually see me do normally, even, like, if I wanted to. Which, trust me, this fight has a mistake. I want to. So I'm gonna focus on these other enemies first. The They're pretty easy to take care of. The regrets are not that hard to deal with. They pretty much try and predict you by placing a hand, like where they think you're gonna go. But they're not perfect at it. So now the mistake notices me. The good thing about this fight is that you can get the mistake trapped in this pit. So, like, I can take it out of commission for a little bit. Unfortunately, I tried to prep the points farming, and I got points farmed. I took damage, I lost some points, so I have to farm a little bit more. But I can take out the mistake, grab the Spark of Joy, and as soon as I do, I'm save quitting back to our save point in the Pit of Mistakes. And I'm immediately going to make my way back to the Tower of Doubt. Because the Tower of Doubt actually has one more trick. We have one more flip that we don't have yet. And it is required to get the spark in the Pit of Darkness. Or the Pit of... the Pit. So I'm going to make my way up here. I'm going to stomp down and do my nose grab, hopefully. Okay, I did not get it. It's fine. I can just go back using the grip tape. Again, the grip tape is so good. I wish you could get it sooner in this run because it is ridiculous. But I'm going to make my way over here. There's a little side route here that has some sparks on it and a tail grab. I'm going to use this guy to try and homing attack up here, just like that. And then do a flip here. And then the last... Ah, heck. Thankfully, I still have boost here and a lot of time, so I can still boost. I probably just don't need a grip tape at all. Yep, and I can land on it. And then jump, kick flip, and grab the shining laser flip, the final flip of the run, and save and quit. And now, we are going to just grab the last two sparks. We have everything else, and finish the game. So this run, it's not technically 100%, as you can see from my like UI on the bottom left. You can get 4 extra like heart containers, and we don't need those in this run, but that's really the only difference between like any percent and what this game's 100% would be. So with that being said, yeah, tampon. If I try and do my movements specifically there, I can try and get myself to, like, have some speed going on this pillar. There we go. So that, that is not an easy guide to homing attack from down there, so I'm glad I got that. That being said, I'm going all over the place right now. So now we're going to see the strength of the grip tape on grind rails. I'm going to build up a lot of speed by just, like, jumping and grip taping back on grind rails. And that's going to send me really, really far. Okay, I fell. It's fine. Because I'm moving so fast here and this terrain is a little bit bumpy, I tried to jump, but I was like very slightly midair, so the game didn't let me. But because we save quit heading into this area, I do have the enemies frozen, so I can just like charge up as I please. And do the very satisfying maneuver of ruining this guy's life. Trust me when I say those enemies are so annoying. Like, I can't get enough of how annoying they are. I'm so glad this, like, trick exists. I'm gonna go over here and jump so that I can do this. Unfortunately, this is, like, one of the only battle arenas that we're required to do in the run that just has absolutely 0 sparks in it. So, there's no, like, routing I can do where I grab a bunch of sparks to make this quicker. I just have to, like, trick charge myself to take out the enemies. But sure enough, I get it done. And now I'm trying to make my way, trying to get up to this timer challenge here. You can see it. There's this big platform that I can see with the wheels of introspection. Let me do that. Yeah, I'm trying to use the grip tape just to get a bunch of speed so I can jump up like this. And then Then I'm gonna use a boost to get up here. There we go. So this is not actually a hard timer challenge. There's a weirdly hard jump here, but I can use a boost to make it easier. And from there, I just have to actually land this flip. Perfect. And once I grab everything, I'm going to stomp down with the grip tape. And if I have the correct speed from this ramp, I can just like jump over this pit, grab the Spark of Aspiration, and we're going to head to the last spark of the game to finish up. So I'm going to make my way over here. I'm going to stomp down on this rail. We're finally going to see the tower. There it is. And as you can see, one spark is still missing. But we're going to make my way over here. I want to make sure I have enough points to homing attack. I'm going to homing attack the save point and immediately quit out. So that the final area of the run has the enemy freeze glitch active. I'm going to try and get as much boost charge as I can here. You do get a little bit of boost charge from wall rides, which is nice, because I use one to set up my speed here. And then once I have boost, I grip tape, boost, and that'll make it across the pit, no problem. But yeah, like I said, I did that save and reload so that I have enemy freeze glitch active, so I can just kind of go to town on this arena. I use the sparks here. Kind of supplemented with some normal attacks. I need to use boost to get out of here. That's fine. If I can just get to 800. There we go. And then get back. Good enough. Yeah, there we go. There are actually 3 enemy fights we have to do here, so trying to keep points between them, if possible, is really nice. But because of enemy freeze glitch, like I mentioned, these kind of go from, like, actual combat encounters to just kind of, like, almost puzzle rooms where I'm routing out the best way to take care of these enemies. So I'm gonna try and go over here. Oh, okay, just barely. Thanks, game. I fell. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna try and make my way up here. There's a whole, like, line of sparks I haven't used yet. Okay, game. I was attacking. It's fine. Just make my way back up. There we go. And I'm going to make sure that going into the final room, I have a good amount of energy. That's really good. So I'm gonna go grab all the sparks I can. And that's the enemies in the room done, but there is actually one more bit of jumps before we get to the spark, and it does require doing a homing attack, so I do... that's not where time ends. I forgot I don't have a split for that spark anymore, because the final section of the run, once we get the 4th spark, is literally just, like, skating over, like, a flat surface. There's really no more challenge the rest of the run. I want to make sure I have boost going into this door, but that's about it. So I'm going to do that. And then we're going to skate our way to Air Chemi's heart. There is a little bit of tech here because there is a save fountain. I'm going to try and grip tape to use its slope. I didn't really do it correctly, but I can just hold the grip tape. And time is going to be when the fade to black into the final cutscene completes. So that is time. Yeah, and that is Shredoka. It is, again, a game jam project, which is, it's so cool. It's so robust, and it really harnesses what I like about game jams, which is just taking this simple idea that can be expanded on in so many ways. And I love this game to death. Even though it's like short, new, it's still just so amazing. So I'm really glad to show it love in this way. And I'm gonna be quiet because this is a magical girl game jam. Thank you all so much for watching this submission video of Shredoka. I hope you have a great rest of your day.